evening, everybody. Just give me a second. That's better. Just turning the background music down just slightly. Yeah, I streamed. Well, I done 2 streams last night. Sorry, this is a bit weird. I can hear my microphone playing back in my headphones, so it kind of throws me off a little bit. But I done 2 streams last night where I started creating terrain and level building, if that makes sense. And I just decided that today, in tonight's stream, I will resume where I left off. Thankfully, this stream we haven't got the spammer. Touch wood. Hopefully they don't show up again. I blocked them anyway, so like I said yesterday, I don't expect many people to watch this sort of stream because it's probably nerdy, probably boring, but I like to kind of stream some of this so that people know that when I'm making these games, I'm actually making them. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do, we started off yesterday with terrain. Well, I built terrain that looks a little bit like this, very blocky, very sort of, didn't look very very good. Then I added the ocean, if I can find where it is in the hierarchy. Here we go. Added the ocean, and then I started, I guess the only word I can call it is fluffing it out a bit. And then I came up after about 5 hours with this. Just give me a second. I've got to load it in with this. So we've gone from that sandy, blocky looking terrain to this, although this is just one of those islands. This wizard guy, he's animated, he's got AI code on him, so he will react and move around, but because this is a new map, I haven't put what's called a nav mesh down. So that means all the things that I'd like AI or NPCs to walk on and all that sort of thing, I need to select them in the hierarchy and click an option, which I'm not going to do just yet, and that will make them the computer will calculate where they can walk, where they can't, and all that sort of thing, and create a mesh, and it shows up blue. But I will do that a little bit later on in this stream. But what we're going to do is carry on with this. I really enjoyed streaming last night. It was just really relaxing, just building all these things. It's kind of like it's kind of like painting, but instead you're using 3D objects and that kind of thing. And with this music in the background, it's quite nice and chilled. So we've got this one island here. Sorry, I'm virus free at the moment, so that's good. Apart from the cold. Yeah, I've got a bit of a cold, so I do apologise if I'm sniffing or coughing a bit. But yeah, seems I've lost a couple of viewers. Probably boring you all to death with this, but I'm going to carry on. So we've got this one island here. This is where the player starts, or will start, and this area hits. This here is the player. It's an XR rig, which is a folder of files. So if we look here on the left here where my mouse is, player XR rig, and I've named this daytime for daytime scenes because I've got night scenes as well, and I need to have various post-processing effects for different times of day. We'll turn that off because I'm not using that at the moment. But yeah, the player XR rig consists of some code here for the inputs, which is the inputs of the touch controllers for VR headset. This is the Quest 2 headset, which is standalone, but you can plug it into the PC for PC VR, and that's what I mainly use my headset for anyway, PC VR or in Unity. But this will work with most VR headsets on PC VR, and it will have a standalone release eventually. But yeah, we've got the input bridge, which is for, you know, your controllers, the headset, all that sort of thing. And then we've got the VR emulator. This enables me to test things out without having to keep putting the headset on. So I can test things out in Unity without putting the headset on. And I can use the keyboard and mouse to move around and operate things. Or if I've got the Xbox controller plugged in, I can use that. But I haven't got it plugged in, so it's going to be keyboard and mouse tonight. But that probably will get removed once the game's finished, because it's just extra code that's not really needed. Then down in the list we've got the player controller. This is the brain, basically. This is how you control your player. So we've got the character controller, locomotion manager, smooth locomotion, teleportation. I've got that switched off. I don't like. We will have to switch that back on again for the final game, but I don't like teleporting. I like moving normally, but that will be switched off. But in the options, you'll be able to switch it on if you're not comfortable with just walking normally, normal locomotion, smooth locomotion. Because sometimes in VR, when you've got the headset on and you're moving around, it can give you motion sickness. And in all honesty, I used to get motion sickness quite badly when using VR, but now I can use it all the time and it's fine. It must be because I spend a lot of time doing all this sort of stuff. So then we've got the player rotation. You can have it so it snaps, so it's like a boom, 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 or smooth, and it's just a constant smooth rotation. Gravity, so when you jump, you'll fall and all that sort of thing. And the audio source, that's just so you can hear various things. And you got the hand model and all that sort of thing. You got like various colliders and just everything that you would need, including a camera rig. Now this has 3 cameras, but the main camera is the center eye anchor, and as you can see on the right hand side here in the inspector, we've got the camera there, a rigid body, a screen fader, and it's a tracked device, and we've got post-processing on there, and that's what gives it all this sort of nice look there. If I just click that, and it just looks like that, which I guess is alright, really. But I do like my process. I mean, yeah, I like it. And then we've got this is the post-processing is a Unity thing. It's built in, although you do have to download it within Unity to use it. But this thing called Beautify is an external plugin, and this just adds more oomph to the look. If you can see there, look, it just brings the colors out more. Let's turn the post-processing off and beautify it. This is what it would look like without any of those effects on. So yeah, I like the effects, but they can become expensive with post-process, like with your they can become expensive with memory and CPU power and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I'll probably do a video sometime on YouTube just explaining how you can set up rigs like this. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am using what they call assets. I'm a one-man developer, and I've only just started really. I'm a beginner, I'm not an expert, but I would say I'm a beginner, but I do know quite a bit, enough to make a game. But obviously, because I'm doing this alone, usually, you know, when a game gets made, you've got quite a few people on it. You've got a team of people, and I don't have that. It's just me. So I am using some assets, but it's not just a case of, you know, obtaining some assets and just throwing it in and that. No, that's not it. Or obtaining a map and throwing it in and using just the pre-made map. That's not what I would do, or what I do. If I get a map, I will tear it to pieces and just use the pieces that I want and make my own thing out of it. Think of it like, you know, buying a box of Lego or something. You know, just say it's a pirate ship, Pirates Lego. I used to have Pirates Lego, and you follow the instructions and build exactly what it was made for, or you can create your own ship, and that's what I like to do. But I do model my own things, and obviously this terrain is what I've created myself, and the proof is the last two video streams that I did. You can see me actually create this from scratch from the beginning. It was just a flat plane with no color or anything. It was like a sandy type color, and then I created it into this. Now this cube or oblong type thing up there, that's just a temporary marker so I can see it, and that is where the end of the level is going to be, but you're not going to be able to get there until you get through the route that I want you to go. And at the end of that route, you'll have a teleport system that will teleport you from one place over to here, and then you launch a rocket up into space, and it opens another portal up which takes you to the end level, and you can move on to the next level. And it's going to have a system a little bit like Mario, I guess, where you've got the level select map as well, and that acts as a simple save system as well. We've got checkpoints and everything like that. So yeah, so all this has been done from scratch, from the beginning, and I'm just going to carry on with it. So you're probably going to find it really boring, but I'm just going to carry on. It's not my usual sort of stream that I would do. Just looking at this grass, I'm not that happy with it at the moment. You can kind of see, I guess, like a line going down, so I need to fill this out a little bit more, and add some different trees and things in. I noticed there's viewers coming on Facebook, watching for a few moments and then going. They're like, "Oh no, can't watch this. This is nerdy or boring or whatever." But yeah, I find it relaxing. So, you know, everyone's got their thing, you know. I'd rather be doing this than watching TV. There's nothing wrong with that, watching TV, but I'd rather do something like this than watch TV. Anyway, I'm talking way too much now. I'm going to get started. So, I need to find the foliage painter, and we're going to go with grass, which is here. And I'm just going to just looking, because I did look on a few videos, because I'm using what's it called? It's Polaris, but it's part of a pack. Where is it? Yeah, it's Polaris. Oh, it's low poly tools, and it's you can build a whole ecosystem, and I'm using Polaris terrain engine because it does the low poly style that I'm looking for. And I was watching one of their videos last night, and some of the things that were in that video are not on here now, so this is an updated version and they've took it away, so I'm going to just have to keep using the density and the radius to change the shape or the size of the brushes. So I'm going to go with 1 and I'll up that to 20. There we go. That's it. I just want to, I don't know if you can see sort of there's a slight, if I zoom out a little bit, along the path you've got kind of like really thick sort of grass, then you've got a line. I want to kind of gradually fade that out, so and it's the same on the other side. Getting back to streaming and all that sort of thing, I'm actually considering getting back into the DJ streams again next month. Next month on, I think it's the 10th of March, Space VR is closing down, and that is an app that's available for free on the Quest store on Steam, and you can use it in VR on, you don't need VR either, you can use it in VR or on your computer, and I believe on the Mac, I can't remember, but I mainly use it VR, and I used to create virtual reality nightclubs and host sort of VR parties and raves and things like that, and yeah, it's closing down on the 10th of March, so I'm gonna see if I can plan a kind of Space closing party at some point. It'll probably be the 3rd of March or something like that, but it just depends how I'm feeling as well. At the moment, my DJ gear is packed away. I done a 40th birthday party for a friend, I think it was the 14th of January, and since then it's been packed away. You know, I've not set it all back up. I just kind of got a bit fed up with it, and also a few health issues, so it's probably, I thought, you know what, it's probably a good idea just to leave it, just to, you know, have a rest from it for a while. If you notice I'm sort of maybe stuttering a bit, it's just strange because I'm using this headset and mic, and I can hear, when I talk through the mic, I can hear it repeat back, so it's like I'm kind of listening to myself, but there's a split second difference, if that makes sense. Oh, it's mad. I'm considering putting these streams up on YouTube. The only reason really is as kind of like a little bit of a devlog, I guess, so that when the game's released, people can look back and see how I made parts of the game. I have had a few people say, I thought you were developing a horror game. I am. It's just that is a very big project, very big, and we're looking at a long time before I can get that finished. And I hit a bit of a roadblock with that. With the navigation system, and it was just, I'd load the project up and I'd just sit there trying different things out, trying to fix this issue I had to do with the nav mesh system, and I'd just get frustrated and not get much done. So I thought, let's just take a bit of time off from it, get back into the platform, the adventure platformer, which is this, but restart this from scratch for VR. I know this won't take, it'll take a bit of time to do, but not as long. Get this done, this can get pushed out, it can get released, and then I can just do some updates. I mean, like, if you look, if I just head over to here, in about 6 hours, I've managed to do all this, and we've got all those islands in the background. I think the longest part is going to be doing all the foliage and trees and things like that. But the level mechanics, if I just save this, are more or less done. I've just got to add some more AI in, and the dialogue. So this one I can have, because with the horror game, I'm going to need voice actors for it. And that's going to take a long time. I've got to write all the scripts. I've got the storyline all sorted out, but I've got to write the scripts out for it all, and that's going to take a long time. And I think I was a bit too optimistic in saying I could have that finished by October. Although I will have some sort of playable demo for the horror ready by October. But I think for now, I will split my week up just a little bit. A few days working on this, a few days working on the horror, or split the days in half the day on one, half on the other, if that makes sense. So just do bits on each one. But this, I know, this project, the Journey into the Virtual Void, I can get this done a lot quicker than that horror. And I was just going to show you some of the level mechanics, if I can find the scenes folder. Actually, I need my VR headset for this, and it's actually charging at the moment, so I can't really hang on. This is just like a setup scene, but as you can see, you've got traps and things set up, AI, coins, pickups, checkpoints. But what I'll do when my headset's fully charged up, I will pop back into here and just show you what this runs like. We've got the weapon for the player here. It's like a mace type thing. You can whack them with it and do some damage, or you can fire a beam out from where that glowing green area is, and that will do more damage to the AI. But I'll show you that properly once the headset is charged. Alison, hello! Back again. I think I'm boring everybody to death. I had people come on and they didn't say anything, and then they left a few moments later. I've not really done much today. I'm just rambling on. I'm just trying to... if I come over to here a minute. Hang on. I can't get the camera in the right... There we go. If we look here, the grass, it's really thick here, and then you've got kind of like a line, so I'm trying to fill this in a bit and spread it out a little bit. I can't remember if I put the headset on last night in the stream and showed the setup scene or not. I know I went through it with the keyboard and mouse, but I can't remember if I done it in VR. So I will just see your next message. But I will do that in this stream, although I'm not going to be on for as long as I was last night. Hey, I did fall asleep during the second stream yesterday, thanks to the relaxing music. Maybe I should put some different music on. I don't know. Thing is, I don't seem to be getting that many viewers. They're popping on and then leaving again. I think most of my followers or subscribers or whatever subscribed for the DJ side of things, but I'm not doing that at the moment. But I did mention about doing an Alt-Space VR closing party sometime next month, because they're closing down the app on, I think on the 10th of March. So hopefully, if I'm feeling alright, I will do a closing party in VR, but stream it on Twitch as well. Trying to find where the tools are. There we go. Nope, wrong. Where are we? There we go. Yeah, I am guessing it's quite relaxing with the music and that. Or boring, I don't know. So I'm just painting in some more grass just to hide that sort of line we had there. And then we'll look at adding some more trees. Actually, I am feeling quite tired now. Right, I'm just going to take another look now. Okay, that line isn't there so much now. Just going to bring this over there, here a bit more. This is the same relaxing effect as being read a story, I think. Really? It must be the... I don't know. Must be the music. And just watching... I mean... you know, I'm not trying to say this is a Bob Ross thing, but it must be on a similar relaxation style as that, where you're watching someone paint and they're just talking about what they're doing, and you got the relaxing music in the background. The best thing is, last night, I think there's about 5 hours of streaming, 5 hours of working on this, and then putting the headset on, and I'm actually standing inside this area, like I'm inside this map, this world. I did mean to put the Twitch chat up on screen, but I forgot. Because I think people... it's like there's no one watching on Facebook anyway, I don't think. So they're going to wonder who I'm talking to. They can't see the Twitch comments. I think most people are used to me talking to myself anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right, I don't have to worry too much about what's behind these rocks, because the player's not going to go behind there. Alison says, I remember the corn and carrots, then I think I fell asleep. Yeah, they got a diet of just wheat or corn and carrots. Look. I'm going to increase the size of this brush to 10. No, yeah, 10. No, that's too much. 5. Yeah, that's it. Is that even putting any grass down? Yeah, just slightly. Thing is though, it was quite late last night's stream, so maybe I should make this a late night thing that I do do this. Helps people sleep. It actually, right now though, for me, it feels later than what it is. Right, I think that will do for... Oh yeah, look, that looks a lot better now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some fences along here. And probably along here. And it'll just tidy things up. And I think we can call this island finished. No, I think we need more grass here. Or more trees, I think. I might need a coffee in a moment, because I just, to be honest, I feel like ending the stream and just yeah, I think I just don't like how this looks here now. So maybe some more grass. Go with 20, no, 30. There we go. I think this needs a fence or something to keep the squirrels from nicking the carrots. I'm probably going to lower that down just a bit and put this up to 60. Yeah, that's better. I think these people could do with a lawnmower, really, couldn't they? Look, the grass is quite long. I'm just going to come up to the line here and there'll be a fence. Yeah, that'll be fine. Gotta remember that eye level in the game is going to be about here. Just thinking these little pebble rocks, whether to bring them. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. If it doesn't work, I can just remove them. Because here we're going to have the bridge, and I'm thinking maybe... I mean, from this high up, that grass looks a bit rubbish, if I'm honest. But I think if we would just tidy it up a little bit, where these lines are, put some more trees in, it should be fine. Let's see what these rocks or pebbles look like. Right, should I be brave and sparsely dot pebbles along the path like that, or not? I'm gonna try it. Yeah, we've got different shaped trees. I've got to bring them into the editor, but I'm just thinking about placing these little pebbles. I'm gonna try this. If it doesn't work, I'll have to remove them all by hand, and I don't mean put the headset on and pick the pebbles up, but just remove them. So I'm just thinking, not loads, just dot a few about like this. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll leave them for now. I can always remove them later on. We'll look at some more trees in a moment. Okay, I've got to find where the trees have gone. Oh yeah, look, the colour. That orangey colour. When it comes to trees, specifically ones that are kind of like on the, what would the word be, the path that the player's going, so like the player's going to walk along here, go down it, go in the buildings and walk along the pathway to here. Trees in this sort of area, I feel I would rather hand place them in rather than use the foliage painter tool. And background trees, like just say I want a forest in one of these islands over here, I can use the foliage, because the issue with the foliage painter is you can sometimes get two trees in one merge into one area, if that makes sense, and it's just annoying having to keep moving them about. Oh look, I spent all that time yesterday doing these two here, and look what I've just found. I could have just placed those down, but anyway, too late now. I think over here. I can probably have this animate so it swings in the wind, but that's something I will do at a later time. Just found something I can probably do to break these edges up just a little bit. So let me find object painter there. What's going on with the water? I've had that issue again with the ocean. It's a different colour to what it should be. Ocean's gonna get deleted just quickly, and place it back in. To zoom out a bit more. So this ocean, you paint it in as tiles. So that's now covering the terrain. But I'm gonna come 3 tiles out as well. It's 3 there. That's it. Oh, I think I know what happened. It's when I loaded in the old scene, it messed the ocean up. So I'm going to delete those older scenes in a moment. they got a. There was a bit of sea foam yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. Something happened to the ocean. Looks like they got a drought now. Look, I just got to raise it up a bit. Let me move over this way. And I don't know how high to bring this. That is a bit higher than what it was yesterday. Wonder if I can just bring it a little bit higher. Nope, that's too high. It's flooding the carrots. Look. That's about as high as I can get the ocean. I'm not sure about these pebbles. The ones on the outside of the path are fine, but I don't know about these ones in the middle. Yeah, they've lost the carrots. I'll leave the pebbles for now. I just want to fix. See, I don't know about that foam there. That seems a bit too much. See, look at that. Hang on, that should. Let me just. They've moved. They've moved. They've moved. They keep moving. What version? Oh, I'm using the 2020 because in 2021 version of this, they've got a button up here that you can click, so it keeps. Yeah, that foam there is too much. It's fine on the edges, but it's on the waves. I believe it was this one. Yeah, that's it. I'll just add a touch. Nope, too much. Come on, update. Whoops, tidal waves. At least they know their carrots have been washed. Right, where am I? There. Come on, update. It's not updating as quickly as it should, really. Okay, let's have a look. Alright, we've got... Actually, let me... probably be easier just to press play. Just noticed, looks like I've got a mark or something there. It's the light shining on the this part of my headphone, causing a shadow. I may have to go and make a coffee in a moment. How long have I been streaming for? Nearly an hour. Right, I've switched off the game systems, so some things are not gonna work. I'm gonna just apply a little bit of motion to that swing, just so it moves slightly. Waiting for one of those waves. There's one coming in now. Yep, that's fine. Is it possible to put boats on the... Yep, there's gonna be boats. I'm just gonna show you... let me just get back here. On this second island, it was supposed to be here, but the terrain's not correct there. I need to remove this rocky bit here, and what there's going to be is a little wooden platform going down to a short sort of pier area, which goes, platform comes up and down, and then you'll have a platform here which would be like a little pier. There'll be one of those little lit up lanterns and a boat docked, and you'll be able to jump onto the boat and get a pickup, and there'll be boats on the horizon, and somewhere on one of the islands over here there will be a boat full of those skeleton dudes with swords, and they're going to jump off one by one, and it's going to be a Viking boat, that one, and they'll have Viking helmets on and that, but there'll be sailing ships and things in the distance as well. But that's going to be something I need to work out with the buoyancy of the water and the waves. Right, I'm happier. To be honest, I'm glad that ocean messed up a bit, because I have now raised the ocean up a little bit and it looks better, and I don't really need to do much about this now. I think maybe put some of those pebbles in on the edges here, and that will be fine. So yeah, that's already saved. Let's go back to the object painter. Actually, I'm just gonna put that down to 1. Actually, I watched, I remember you said something Alison, I remember you said something in yesterday's stream that part of it reminded you of the Zelda game. So I watched Breath of the Wild on YouTube, someone doing a playthrough of that, and that looks really, really good. What I'm thinking now is, around the edges here, remember that sort of sandy colour? Painting that along all the edges, remove this tree, paint that all the way down, and then on this edge here where you've got this line, just put some of those pebbles and that'll break it up a bit. So I'm going to give that a go once I've finished putting these underwater. Yeah, like a beach effect. It just breaks it up and adds a bit more colour. Thing is though, I've taken loads of time doing all this sort of thing, and the player's not really gonna really notice it, I don't think. I know what I've done. I didn't save those numbers I had on that notepad thing. Right, before I go around the whole island, I'm just gonna get the... Oh shit. I thought I'd lost everything then. I'm like, no! And maybe if I bring the grass over this way a bit more. bodies are floating. Right, I think it's coffee time. I need to just step away from the screen for a minute, go and make a coffee, and then when I come back I can have another look at this and then decide what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go and get a coffee, so I'll be back in a bit. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, back. I've got my coffee. And goodies for tonight. I've got a mint arrow. Well, a couple of them. 3 of them, actually. Yum, I made chamomile tea. That's actually nice, that. I could actually drink some of that right now, but I've gone for coffee instead. Rocco, stop. Come on, move. Sorry, my dog's just getting in the way. Come on, you're gonna knock things over. What's the matter? Probably hear slurping. That's my dog drinking water. I don't know what I'm doing with these rocks. They're going. And this fence. I'm gonna find another fence. Spending too much time on this corner here, and it doesn't affect the game in one bit. So yeah. apologise, I went really quiet there. I just got carried away with painting in terrain, rocks and grass and things like that. Yeah, Zen moment. Yeah, that's a good idea. Actually, there's gonna be up in the sky a black hole that you'll be able to see. I could probably put that in now, actually. another black hole. I'm going to try instead. Just got to find where I've put it in all of these folders. No, you won't be able to go through this black hole. Well, let me find this other black hole I've got, and then I'll show you. I don't know if I've got any videos, but I'll show you a picture of what happens in the game. You do go through, not a black hole, but you go through like a wormhole, and it travels all, and then you end up here. You you sit there playing. Yeah, the black hole's gone down. Black hole. So your character. You sit there in your house, you're up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning playing a platformer game that you really enjoy, and it takes over your life. You go to bed one night, you just fall asleep. After playing the game, you leave the computer on, you've got 2 screens. All of a sudden, there's a big bang. You wake up, you get up, and you see coming from your computer screen like a portal. And you see part of the level coming out. You jump into it, you travel through this tunnel, and all of a sudden, boom, you're in the game that you play. But instead of controlling the characters, you are the main character, and you've got to help them defeat the bad army, the evil army. At the moment, I've only thought of the name Oglev, which is the evil one. He's raised the dead, and he's like taken over. He can control them. That's why they've got glowing eyes and things like that. You've got to defeat his army, if that makes sense. And it's kind of like it was it was supposed to be a platformer game, but it's turned more into some sort of mishmash platformer / adventure. So there are some levels like this that's like an open map where you travel through different islands, things like that. But then there are levels, if you think Donkey Kong Country, no, not Donkey Kong Country, you know Donkey Kong from the 80s, where they had the platforms sort of on a slant like that, and Donkey Kong would be at the top throwing barrels down, and you'd have to jump over it. Well, your character will have to do something similar to that to get through to the next level, and there's loads of various things. So yeah, what was I doing? I was looking for I was looking for a black hole. You collect coins. Ah, that's what I was looking for. I don't feel as energetic as I did yesterday. I don't know why. I'm just going to play this just to see what that looks like. It's taking ages to load. While I'm waiting for it to load, I'm gonna find a few pictures. Don't know why it's taking so long to load. This waiting for things to load and important things, all that sort of thing, that can take ages sometimes. Oh, here we go. It even, look, it even warps part of the scenery. I'm just gonna move it. Oh, wrong part. Wow. I just want to bring it closer. Whoops, it's under the water now. I could just sit and watch that. I gotta see what that looks like with a headset on at some point. This, you know what? This game was supposed to be some simple thing, but look what it's turning into now with all of this. Like, I'll show you. Let me just get the. Still looking for a couple of the pictures. I do believe I've got a video somewhere, so I'll see if I can get that up on the screen. The video's really bad. I've noticed recently videos that I've uploaded to Facebook are no longer in HD. They've gone to sort of standard definition. The definition. This is in standard definition at the moment. And it doesn't seem to... Oh, there we go.
Hey everyone, I just thought I would do
This is an early version of the game.
I'd say a quick video, but this probably is going to be quick. But I'm going to show you some of the demo of the little journey into the virtual void. I'm just sorting my headset out, 1 second. There we go. So this is an early access demo, so this means that between now and the release of the game, the demo may have changes and the game will have changes. So it's a demo for an early access game that's coming in June. So this demo will be available during the Steam Next Fest, which starts on the, I think it's the 13th of June, I can't remember, and it runs until the 20th of June. I know it ends on the 20th of June, and the full game, early access version of the full game, will be released shortly after the Steam Festival
I'm
ends.
just going to skip some of this.
Start menu. Look at that. We can get in and launch off. Obviously, this character here, there's quite a few of these in other rockets and take off to chase you. See, there's a castle in the background. We've got a lighthouse, and we turn around. Look at that. We've got rocks levitating, and we've got this for the Vive Drift S.
Just skipping some of this.
Up and his with a little light.
Right, there we go.
And over here we've got, I'm not going to tell you who this guy is, but he comes in the game. He's quite important, but that's all I'm going to say. And then we've got a little miniature version of some of the castle towers here, with a little lights going on, and little mushrooms and flowers and grass, some little trees and stuff. You know what, I would love to get this 3D printed. I might need to put a little light on so you can see it a bit better, but I would love to get this 3D printed. In fact, all of these things 3D printed. Here we got a little model of the RC car, which you'll see in the demo. You actually be able to play it in the demo, not in this part, but in the next part. We've got a model of the rocket, and as I mentioned before, this little guy here, obviously the full version of him, you'll have a version of this rocket you can take off in, and these characters here, there'll be a few of those in some extra rockets that take off, and you crash land on an alien version, an alien planet version in the game. Yeah, that's quite hard to explain.
This is the old version of the game, which I've got stored on this, but I decided to redo it because the graphics, you can see an improvement with the graphics in a moment.
An alien planet inside the virtual void of this game. So we've got the computers here with bits of the game on, and then we've got the portal and a holographic part of the level coming out of the PC there. Nice guitar. Got some posters up of some of the characters. Obviously Mr. Skeleton, and we've got Krabby Krab. You see him in a bit. Got a couple of boxes here. These boxes will be moved at some point. In fact, unpacked, and two items will take their place. So that's something to come in the main game. If you look at the hands, we're human at the moment, but as soon as we go through the portal, this thing here, whoa, things change. So are you ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go. I like the lighting effects as well. Look at the light bulb. Now this might make people get some motion sickness. I love the effects of this though. This may come out a little bit pixelated while recording or streaming. I find when you go through warp tunnels or things like this in any game and you stream or record it, it does come out pixelated. So here we are, we're in the demo level, the first level. So, excuse me, there's a lot going on here.
If you see the terrain that I've been building, the first island is basically this that I'm rebuilding.
But first of all, we will deal with that in a moment. I want to show you over here. This area here is...
Oh, this part, I'm not building it into the game. This was just part of the demo.
Is something of a test area. So that there is the whole level. This is a test area, and it probably won't be in the full game, but it's here just to show you a couple of things that are in a later level, which I'll explain when we get over there. So let's go over this little bridge. I enjoyed building this this bridge. So here we have got a sign. This area is a fun thing for the demo. It shows some of the physics and gameplay for a later level. This area will not be in this level in the full game. But do not worry, there is a whole RC car level in one of the later levels of the full game. This is just really to give you a taster. So if we head over here, use the joystick on the table to control the RC car. It's a bit tricky, but I'm sure with practice you'll eventually get the hang of it. So yes, this blue is to go forwards, green is back, red is to go right, yellow is left. And we've got something here which isn't working. Hang on. Oh, there we go. I wasn't pressing the right button. It doesn't have... Oh, there we go. It's going. It's some weird gravitational effect that I put in there. That will go on forever. But I pressed the wrong... I was pressing the wrong button in my own bloody demo. Anyway, so here we go. RC car there. Whee. Oh, can I make it without seeing the... and if we get
Margaret's Army.
Paranoid about that bloody thing there. And then you grab hold with the grip button and you press button B and you move. And the same with this. But what I'll do, I'll teleport this one. Because I've had a few people play test this and this gave them motion sickness. So you can just teleport. Boom, there we go. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Damn it, so I've got to climb.
So yeah, that's the old version of the game, and as you can see, it was kind of built this way. And now look how different the graphics are now. So I feel that the problems I've had with this game, developing this game, has been a blessing in disguise, because that first island, look what it looks like now. And this is just like a couple of evenings worth of working on it. Yeah, I was going to say something and it slipped my mind. I've lost Facebook. Facebook kicked me off for some reason. Maybe they got bored. It might be because I was playing that video actually. But yeah, I got the game almost finished and then I got hacked, which I was advised do not release the game if you was hacked, because it wasn't just an ordinary sort of hack. It was one where they actually got into my computer and they could see my screen, and if they could do that, then what else are they doing? They could have put things into the code and all that. So I left it alone. I started to rebuild it again a few months later, made it look a lot better, but accidentally deleted the project. So I've started again, and I've already made because it's all in my mind still, it's been easy to kind of recreate it. And this sort of thing is a lot easier to create than the horror side of things, whereas the horror is more realistic. This I can get away with things being a bit cheesy or silly, if that makes sense. Yeah, and it's quite quiet. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Facebook. They have kicked me off. What is the time? It's getting on for 10. Alright, before I do anything else, I need to tidy up this again, because it's getting quite full up now. yeah, actually I've got a castle that I built. Hang on, let me just turn this down a little bit. That's it. Yeah, I've got a castle I built. When I say I deleted the other project, I didn't delete all of the 3D objects. They were on another hard drive. So it's just a matter of dragging them in and placing them in. So that's kind of why this isn't taking so long, because I haven't got to sit and create things. There's been some things I've had to create, and there's some things that I've used that are already made. So yeah, just trying to think. This level won't have a castle, but the second level, which will be the second level will be sort of same theme as this, but it have a castle in the middle, and it'll be at night time, so you'll see it all lit up. So that'll be what I'll be doing after this one. Yeah, just gonna get back to. I'm gonna rename this to trees, plants, and there we go. Tree. Black hole going in the effects. I'm sure I made. No, so create another one. Fences. Right, nice and tidy now. So what have I done today? I've tidied this grass, added more to this grass here and over there. Put this fence in, more rocks, painted the edges, put the underwater plants in, put the black hole in the sky, and put a couple of trees and reeds in, and had to fix the ocean. Excuse me, and it's been 2 hours. In all honesty, I think I'm gonna leave it here for tonight. In fact, I think for this island now, all it needs is a few fences and a few more rocks around the edges and a couple more trees. Place in the pickups, put the bridge in, and then and the portal, and then it will be the next island that I start. Yeah, more carrots. I think what I'll do is stream this sort of thing where I'm building out the level, but when it comes to coding and things like that, I'm not sure I'll be able to stream it, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to concentrate on streaming, chatting, and typing out all the code. But I will do like an update or show what I've done on camera. And I think at the end of all this, I will upload all these streams to a YouTube channel, and then people that haven't watched the streams can see how the game was kind of made, kind of thing. So yeah, I am tired. I'm gonna take my dog for a walk. It's 10 o'clock. Usually it's another 45 minutes before he goes out. But I think I might just relax and just play a video game or something now. Yes, that's it thank you for watching again. You didn't fall asleep tonight. I'm the one that feels like falling asleep right now. But yeah, I'll leave it there, and I will. Actually, I don't know when I'm gonna stream again. Actually, I honestly don't know. I would say tomorrow evening, but I just don't know yet. Depends. If I feel energetic, I will stream some more tomorrow. I mean, doesn't even matter if it's just like an hour or something, but I'll just see. But I'll definitely be streaming again next weekend. But I don't know about the coming week. We'll see how things go, because I want to work on some of the menu system, but for that I need to type out code, and I'm not too comfortable streaming and coding at the same time, because I know I'm going to end up making mistakes in the code and look stupid. Right, where's my screen? Yeah, I'm tired. I can't even be bothered to get the VR headset on and test this out. So yeah, stay safe, stay well, have a good week coming up, and I'll see you hopefully in the next stream. I may stream tomorrow. If I do, it'll just be a short one. I'm just trying to think, is there yeah, I don't know, if definitely at the weekend, but yeah. Right, I'm gonna leave this here because I'm just rambling on. Bye.